Check.
Woo! How many people have been to panels I've moderated before? The guy who wooed understood. And you understood it as well. Oh, you were up here listening earlier. All right, great. So here's the thing we got to do to get this out of the way. This is a live show. These guys came a long way to talk about their game, Deus Ex. A lot of people make that mistake, or it wasn't just me in college.
The Deuce?
Yeah.
Oh, everybody calls it Deus Ex. Yeah. It's wrong, but everybody says that. Yeah.
Nobody knows how to pronounce it.
Maybe you should make up words. When you hear stuff you like in this panel, you need to clap and cheer and go crazy like right now. When Elias says something dumb and you want to yell at him, you need to boo like this. Boo! And the hiss.
The hiss. It's all about the hiss.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Deus Ex, Mankind Divided, bringing Adam Jensen to life. This is Elias.
Hey, how are you, everybody?
That's JF.
Hey guys.
And that's Jonathan. AKA JJD. Now we're going to go reverse order and you're going to explain what you do on this project. JJD, what do you do on this?
I am the executive art director on the project.
Sounds like a fancy title for a beret-wearing man.
No.
What does that mean? What does that mean, though? On a day-
Well, I was the art director on Human Revolution, like directly on the project, and now I take care of all the different Deus Ex products, making sure that the visuals are all kick-ass and all in line with what I want.
Did you guys like Human Revolution?
Yeah.
JF, what the hell do you do?
I'm the executive game director on the franchise, and I'm also the game director on Mankind Divided.
Yeah. He's my boss.
He's the boss of everybody.
Well, the daily basis is trying to drive the game in the good direction, to make sure that we're maintaining the vision for the product from start to finish. Because you can imagine when you're 150 and more people on a team, to steer the boat always in the same direction is quite hard. So.
And then, Elias,
Yeah.
what do you do in this game?
I play a character.
He does just that. Right when he opens his mouth, that's
Just
what he
act. Yeah, I play Adam Jensen. I voice and performance capture. Yeah.
How awesome is that?
It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. I like being the only guy in the world who can play these two games and add my own kind of dialogue while I'm playing it, which is always fun.
That, I'll tell you right now, that's a successful YouTube channel all itself.
Yeah, I know.
You go in there and mute it, and you just give it new dialogue.
You should see the things I say to Megan in my basement. It's
Just ignore it, keep on moving. I'm a nerd about continuity and stuff. So I want to know, 2 years later, we're picking up with Adam, where is he at? That's in with the, now there's all these ghettos and stuff.
Right.
Like, does that mean there's a canonical ending to one, seeing as how you just kind of pick your own adventure there at the end? Did I pick right?
Well, there's...
Which button did you press?
Actually, there are truths to all the endings. We still go with one canon in which Jensen decides to sink the facility at the end of the last game in Panchaea. But in terms of what really happened and what was rumors or whatever, that is all like up in the air. So no matter which end you choose, there's something true about it, but there's also something that might not be true or might be transformed in one way or another by PAX News or whatever. So
We're all experts in quantum theory. That's what it is, right? It's all based on that.
So yes.
so
then you
yeah.
put this up here, embrace what you've become, right?
Yeah.
So is that his mantra in this game rather than being like, I didn't ask for this?
Well, It's not my fault. In the first game, actually, we wanted kind of the blue-collar guy that is just the average Joe that goes on the job and he tries to do what he has to do, and then he gets caught into something bigger than himself. And the fact that he was augmented because of a terrible attack on the society he was working for, he ends up being in a new body, in a new reality that he didn't necessarily wanted, or it's not that he's against it or whatever, it's just that that was not part of his plan in life. So he went through a journey to try to come to peace with his own body, his new body, and all the things he can do. And in the new game, in Mankind Divided, now Adam Jensen understands really very much who he has become, and that is a powerful tool, a powerful weapon that can make a difference. And this time around, since he knows that, he wants to put it at good use and make sure that he cannot maybe change the world by himself, but everything he can do is going to do it to make it a better place.
So is he like volunteering to be part of the task force to go work with them, or no?
Well, he has a double agenda in the sense that in the last game, the people in the shadows who put him where he ended up, and the people also who hurt his girlfriend or kidnap her. You were sad, eh?
Yeah.
And he wants to, like I said, he wants to make the world a better place. But to do that, he has a double agenda. He goes into a faction called Task Force 29, which is a subsidiary of Interpol to fight terrorism. And he believes that this organization is connected to the people he's after. So therefore, he enters into it to get closer to the right people, but also because he knows that he can make a difference with the task force.
Sounds like there's multiple layers to this.
Well, I'm trying... Exactly. I'm trying to give as much as I can without spoiling anything.
Yeah. Boo for spoilers.
Elias.
Yeah.
You are Adam Jensen. You literally bring him to life.
Yeah. Well, I booked Human Revolution. Wow. When did you first book me in here? Like 2007? Yeah.
At the end of 2000.
Yeah. For the record, it was before Christian Bale got all Dark Knighty.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, "You're doing a Christian Bale improv." I was doing it before. I'm the original Batman. Yeah. And at that point, it was a voice gig. I did a little bit of performance or motion capture, not performance capture, for it. And I think I could speak for everybody that the popularity of Jensen surprised me. I mean, I knew the game was good. I knew the character was
surprised us all.
Yeah, it was just
Really.
you know
You can't plan for these things.
Yeah, you can't really prepare for it.
No.
And I embraced it because I love the game so much. And I love the character so much, and I like meeting people who like the game because they're so well versed in the lore. And some people know more about it than I do, and things, which is always cool.
It's not cool for that much.
No, it's. I think I've had that exact conversation. Yeah, Vernon Wells also in the game. Very cool. And then I think after the game came out in 2011, I think like a year, almost 2 years passed. And then I don't remember if it was you who called me. I think it was you who called me or emailed me and said, "Okay, we're going to bring Jensen back." And I was ecstatic, mostly because, you know, I like work. But you should bring him back for like 90 more games. Yeah. And my only stipulation on coming back, even though I probably would have done it anyway, don't tell anybody, but was that
What?
I wanted to performance capture the character. I wanted to also do the, here we go, do the silly movements that we all have to do for. Yeah, so the performance cap, you had to pick the one where I'm doing the stupid.
That's
it
a
looks like
scene
hard
from the
work.
new game. That's a scene from the new game.
Yeah, it looks like hard work.
That's actually, we do this in the game. Just John Jensen warms up.
He prepares for
This
a mission.
especially is very important. And that one, I call it the Tebow.
Not the swan augmentation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just charms everybody and they walk away. Yeah, not gonna hurt anybody. But they were, I have to admit, they were really cool because I'm 5'10" and Jensen's 6'2".
Yeah.
And so you had to actually take my body frame and stretch it, which takes time and manpower.
Costs a lot of
Cost a
extra
lot of money.
money.
And it was exhausting, I'm sure.
So for you, star of stage and screen, do you approach Adam in the same way? Like you try to get his head and understand his motivations, or did mocap change how you took over the role?
Only in the sense that when you're mocapping it, the scene is, well, that's actually, even now this is not true. I was going to say the scene is usually written out in a specific character choice, but even now that's not really true. The thing with Jensen is that you have to play everything that the player might do. So it's not like, when I played a role on your favorite show. He loves. He's a big Smallville fan. Like on a show like Smallville, where you have a character choice and you have to get from A to B and you figure out what your character wants. With a character like Jensen is, you have to justify what I think he would do and then what the player could choose to do. Yeah. Like my favorite part in the last game, it's not my favorite part, it's my favorite part to explain this, is when Megan has died and her mother, spoiler alert, 2011 spoiler alert. And her mother comes up to him and says, "Can you explain what happened?" And you have the choice in the game to dramatically and drastically explain exactly what happened, to make, like, gruesomely explain it. And I remember recording this and going, who would pick this choice? Like, who would do this? It's disgusting. Yeah. So, but
I go
still,
blindly, and it ended on that one.
But as an actor, you still have to justify it just as much. You can't say, well, I wouldn't do this. So that's the tricky thing about playing Jensen. When we're doing scenes like this, cut scenes like this, for the most part, it's just me joking around, clearly, not actually acting. For the most part, it's, you have your scene, so you play your scene. And then maybe the scene's a little different, and I go through and play it.
Are those Adidas flip-flops you're wearing?
Yeah, they are.
Is that what they are?
Yeah, I think they're Adidas shoes with tape wrapped around them.
Oh, so it's not what they are. Okay. I thought you were.
Hashtag sponsor.
Yeah.
So, you go through all this. How do you, is it easy for you to block this out, that you're in a skin-tight suit with a giant light in your face, and then act like I'm an augmented man and all this cool stuff? Is the first day trying to get over that?
Well, I've done a lot of performance capture, so I've kind of gotten used to it now. I think it's kind of like a good hybrid between doing a stage play and doing a film, in the sense that you don't really ever cut, because you just kind of go through the scene, and you don't have to relight, and you don't have to do stuff like that like you would on a TV show or a film. And it's kind of like stage, except you don't have an audience, except for a bunch of people sitting behind computers staring at you and the director. But yeah, for an actor, you just approach it the same no matter what. It's just a scene, you're working with another actor, and you just try to get through it and try to ignore the fact that you're dressed like a moron.
Now, Jonathan, is this where, your role picks up when you're watching this and you have to figure out what Adam looks like and what he's going to wear and how it's going to affect the game?
Well,
make him taller.
The thing is that most of what Elias does and art is actually handled by the animation director. So all the mocap stuff and all the cinematics and the acting is not me. So, and I think it's better that way. I come up with all the visual stuff and all the visual metaphors and all, that's kind of my specialty. I don't think I would know how to get on a mocap stage and, okay, you do this and that, and I've never done that. So it's the animation director. Yeah.
I would never listen to you anyway.
Yeah. I think
that's a terrible
idea.
So then he goes to mocaps, but you've already made stuff like this, right? You already know it's
Yeah.
layered on top of the character.
Yeah, so what we did, so when we started the franchise, or when we started our part of the franchise, HR, what JF wanted at the beginning, when he asked me, he goes, I want Adam to look like he can be dropped behind enemy lines, and I want him to look like he can also go into like the Ritz-Carlton and, you know, talk to someone or whatnot, and also want to see his augmentations at all time.
Dark Ritz-Carltons.
Yeah.
This dude walks into any hotel, I'm like,
Yeah.
right out.
And he also
It's over.
makes really, really dark demands, because that was a really, really dark demand. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to pull this off, right? Having all these 3 angles together, and it took 2 years. And basically the secret was just to give him 2 outfits, literally. I mean, it sounds simple, just, you know, but it took me 2 years to think about a jacket and an armor. So we tried a whole bunch of stuff, and he always looked like a total douchebag because he always needed to have his arms showing. So, you know, we tried to make him like a vest that looks semi dressy and armory at the same time, but then no sleeves, so he just looked like a biker or a bouncer or something all the time.
And originally, his arms were on a skin color.
Yeah,
Color.
so he really looked like he belonged in a. What was I saying? The Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore. Hey, I never asked for this over here.
Yeah. So it ended up working really well when we thought of. So we thought about the 2 costume thing, and it worked super well. So anyway, going back to Mankind Divided, we had to keep that, because like I said earlier, there's no secret recipe to get a good main character or nail a good hero. Like you have to work really, really hard, but it's mostly then the planets have to align, right? It's mostly you guys, are you going to connect with it or not? And looks like you did. So when we started MD, we said, well, the trench coat has to be back and the armor has to be back as well, but it has a different job now. In HR, it was mostly his own garments. It was in Serif Industries issued. This time around, it's Task Force 29 issued. So he had to look a bit like HR, but at the same time, like it was more of a working suit type of thing, if I can say, right? It's less cyber renaissance-y as well, because the whole cyber renaissance was very much about the whole kind of pro-augmentation thing. Now the world has changed, so it's a lot more kind of what we call the corporate feudalism, but he still has a little cyber renaissance inside, patterns inside the jacket, kind of close to his heart. It just, so this whole thing is going on. The armor looks so much better than in HR. It's funny because we've always really liked it, and then I look back at it and I'm like, man, this thing sucked. Like, well, not that it sucked, but it shows its age big time. So, yeah. Yeah, there we go. Now we see the trench coat. I was waiting for that one. Yeah, I was waiting for that one to talk about acronyms. So, fashion is really, really important in human revolution. Like a lot of the times in video game design, we think more about character design more than fashion. It's just like a whole. It's very holistic. Where the character himself and the fashion that he wears, just like all of us here, is one thing, but it's 2 things at the same time. Like we don't kind of design our own clothes, right? And it's not, we don't have this mentality in the video game industry to kind of be good at fashion or whatever. We're good at making bazookas and tanks and aliens. So in HR, it was really hard to get to kind of like that fashion thing, and it was really kind of precise in what we wanted. And we've always said, if we would have known at the beginning of HR, we would have hired fashion designers kind of work with us and help us. So in MD, that's what we did, right? We thought about it straight from the get-go, and then we said, let's go with Acronym, which is a company that we already knew about, and we really like what they did, and it was kind of very in line with or aesthetics already. So they didn't know, they had never heard about Deus Ex, but they did their homework and they loved it. They really liked that we contacted them and all that stuff, and it was super dope. I mean, the guys it's a German-based company, and they'll remake super high-tech, super kind of, it's like how do you call that? Kind of runway fashion, but kind of super techy at the same time. So it was perfect for us, and that's it. It's a real Acronym jacket. It was designed by them. It says Acronym. There are real logos on it, and the game is on the jacket, so you can see it in the trailer. So that's it. That's pretty cool. I think it's a first in the industry, really. That kind of cooperation. Yeah. I don't control the PowerPoint.
Can I go to Acronym and buy the jacket?
Sasha? No.
He says no.
Not yet, at least.
Now can I get
I think exactly. If it would probably cost you like $3,000 or something like that if it existed for real. Acronym stuff is super expensive. It's almost all handmade, and they make really short runs, and it's super kind of we're so cool and give me your mortgage type of thing. So. Yeah.
Give me your house.
But Adam makes a lot of money in HR. He made a lot of money in HR because he saved the world. So he can afford it now, man.
What are we looking at?
So we are looking at.
Inside of a horrible, disgusting.
No, it's an EVE Online spaceship. Just thought of it now. We got to spice things up every once in a while. No, it's a gun arm. This is the Tesla, not the Tesla. Sorry, this is the
Peps.
No, this is the Peps.
That's the Peps.
Yes, are we designing?
Told you, I know about the game.
So this is the Peps. So for the ones who've played HR, remember the Peps gun, which is a non-lethal thing that just kind of projects this energy blasts in front of you and just pushes the enemies away. So now with this whole gun arm thing, Adam has these integrated weapons in his arms. He actually has it integrated, and you can see it in one of our trailers. He actually uses it. So this is the Peps one. It looks really cool. It's this whole fantasy of being in first-person shooting view, right, and seeing your arm with weapons on it and all that. I think it's a really cool addition to the game. So what you're seeing on the right, it's obviously. You cannot have super powerful arms and lift tons of something that weighs a ton and not have your whole, rib cage and your whole spine being augmented and stuff like that, right? If it was literally just your arms, when you lift something that heavy, they would just rip off, right? So now we just really thought out about the whole thing. So anyway, yeah, the augmentations like JF mentioned earlier, there's a lot more of them that are kind of like on the offensive side of things to kind of create this back and forth, this really smooth back and forth in combat, this leveraging of the combat pillar between, the weapons and the augmentations and all that. So the gun arms are exactly that.
Cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, we come to the part of the show where we invite you to be part of it. Go over to the microphone. When the one really big star will go and meet you, introduce you all to us. Properly eat your food.
Try not to kill each other, guys.
What? No fighting. I think we got a good 30 minutes, right, of questions? We got a good 30 minutes left of questions? Yes, that's the best part.
Do it. Oh, Greg.
This is Brendan. Oh, Mike comes on. Here comes an enforcer.
Oh, I'm sorry. Check. Hello.
Hello,
There it is.
I think it
Brendan.
works.
He's from Seattle.
Hey guys.
Hey.
What's up, homeboy?
I fully admit I have gotten almost every single achievement on D8 DXHR.
Nice.
Almost. I was running a pacifist playthrough, and I think I missed one guy, and at this point I'm too lazy to go back and play it again.
I think we put that guy back in MD. You'll find him.
You'll have your chance.
But anyway, like pacifist on the hardest difficulty, just because I hate myself. And I think I spent about 5 hours trying to save Malik. I succeeded somehow.
Me too.
I thought you were about to say to get the basketball into the hoop.
Yeah, so was all of my work for naught? Is she going to be back somehow, like a cameo in Mankind Divided?
Your story is very touching, and your question is very relevant. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Christos. My question is, in Human Revolution, you start off with one augmentation at a time, then you had to get it back when with the takedown, and you upgraded. The demo looks a little bit different. How is that going to work? Is it going to be, and you can start with more than one at a time?
You're still going to have an energy system that will kind of limit the use of augmentations, but this time around, you're going to have way more possibilities at once. Like the way we're balancing it now, it's not just you're not going to run for chocolate bars anymore and try to just be able to use your augmentation. So our goal is to to not make them too powerful, but at the same time they need to be powerful enough so you can have a blast with them. So you'll be able to use more than one power at once and have some fun with it.
Cool.
I love the chocolate bars, though. I'm kind of sad that.
They were tasty.
I would play and eat a real
No,
chocolate
there's so
bar
much
every time I
great
had to eat a
fan
chocolate
art
bar.
that came out of the chocolate bars. Like,
Hey, Greg. This is Austin.
Hey, so I believe on the Deus Ex wiki it says that a certain person, J.C. Denton, was born in 2029. And
I have no idea where you're going with that. I am not seeing you coming at all.
okay, let's deviate. If you guys were to make a Deus Ex remake, how would you go about making J.C. Denton?
It's an interesting question.
Thank you for coming. That would be a tough one. I don't think there's a lot we could change from Denton. I think he was a pretty dope design, visually speaking, to begin with, and I wouldn't want to be assassinated by anybody, so I wouldn't touch him all that much.
Okay.
Is that one of the best parts of where you guys are at now? Is that the Deus Ex team before you is this awesome thing, and it's great, but you have your own niche and you do what you want with it?
It's a good feeling, actually, yes, because in the end, like the original one is fantastic and is one of my favorite games of all time, and it has inspired me so much early in my career and everything. And today, having the opportunity to be among the people who can continue to make this franchise exist, it's quite cool. And now that the fact that people are talking about Human Revolution instead of the other game, it's a great feeling. Yeah. So yes.
Greg, this is Andrew from Alabama.
Why are you whisper every state?
Yeah. Does she still live in Detroit, or?
Who cares about her? Actually, I don't know if you guys know this, but Megan was played by my wife, my actual wife, Michelle, in real life. Completely arbitrarily, she just auditioned for a part and turned out to be playing my girlfriend in the game, which is funny. But we were married at that, yeah. Yep. Maybe. She didn't tell me. I can't answer. I don't know what's happening with Megan. You guys want to talk
About who?
That Megan girl?
No.
But what was the question? If he still lives in Detroit, is that what it was?
She still lives in Detroit.
Oh, Megan.
Yeah. No, I think no matter what, I think Jensen got her the hell out of that city.
Well, Megan is a very ambitious woman, right?
Yep.
So she got the hell out of Detroit. Is that what you're saying? We love you, Detroit.
This is Vitoli.
Yep. Okay. 2 questions. Also, good choice on the Detroit part. So, yeah. So, did you guys ever decide to do anything about the pacifist of actually killing the bosses and leaving them kind of semi-dead? Because there was literally the only way you were able to get through was practically murdering them, which is like you were given the exception, but it was still kind of, I don't know, not very smooth as expected, I guess. But, yeah.
What? I've never heard of that one before.
Those days are over. Get over it.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, finally. Thank you. And then the second one of the, I would say the best things actually about the HR was the soundtrack. And I'm sure all you guys would agree. So on one hand, there you go. Yep. So will you guys either have like either the same writer or I guess same style coming back and hopefully the same, right?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Awesome. Thanks.
Michael McCann actually lives. He's my neighbor, and I hear the track every.
Like people working together.
Yes, Patrice Desilets is also like my door, and then there's Patrice, the creator of Assassin's Creed. He's just the condo right next to mine, and Mike McCann is right downstairs, and it's kind of weird. It's like this building of game designers, but every time I bring my trash out, I hear the soundtrack coming out of his door of Mike McCann. He's working really hard, and I never see him, so it's gonna be good.
It's not done yet, but from what I've heard so far, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. Thanks.
Me too.
No, I'm going to introduce you because you have a cool name and you're from a cool place. He was trying to rock the mic for me, but I have one job. I have to earn my keep around here. And there's no Cheez-Its to eat, so. This is Caesar. Yeah. Well, there's like 1 or 2 people left over. This is Caesar from Chile.
Yeah. Hi, guys. Well, as he said, we came all the way with my girlfriend back there from Chile, South America. So it's a cool thing to do.
Cool. She's hiding back there.
Yeah. Great.
She's got a shirt that says Canada on top of that. Yeah. It's Canada right here.
She's my
all of us.
I know. Yeah. No. Well, and I work in advertising back in Chile, and one of the aspects I really love about this game is the whole marketing and PR campaigns you guys do. And one of my personal doubts I have is, okay.
Almost went back home alone, man.
It's okay, baby. You got this. You got this. Well, the thing is that I always wondered if marketing or PR departments has any involvement with the development of the game, or do you guys work separate, or do you have any interaction with you?
Yeah, we have a lot.
Actually, we work closely together very much, and when I say that, I mean on a daily basis, and they're in the same offices as us, and we're spending a lot of time together.
We're really closely knit. Like there's a lot of studios that we worked at before that. There's a huge divide between those 2 departments, and there's even kind of tensions, if you want. And really at IDOS Montreal, it's
that's part of the job, I guess.
Yeah. No, but our marketing team is they're game designers. Like they totally know their stuff and have great ideas. And
what
part of the marketing team?
Oh, one more thing. All those viral videos you made, are those made in your studio, or they are externalized through agencies or something like that?
A lot of them are done in the studio.
Oh, great. Cool.
Yeah,
Thank you guys.
but sometimes they're.
I think he's asking for a job, guys.
No, but sometimes they're filmed in a studio, but they're still made by
I might get my resume.
An agency. Yeah.
Why not? Thank you, guys.
No, so yeah.
She can photograph the whole thing.
Hey guys, this is James from Florida.
Hello again. To preface my question, taking into consideration that Tuesday is September 1st and a particular game comes out on September 1st, in your live demo, right after you picked up the combat shotgun and proceeded to show us the combat, an interactable cardboard box showed up. Are we going to get some new sneaking methods?
Yes, but no.
Thank you.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
This is Elizabeth from California. We are from California. I think she does. Where are you from in California?
Santa Cruz.
No. It's not, I mean, not by us. It's like an hour away. You live in the Sunset, I live in the Marina. We're kind of by each other. We're in San Francisco. Hi.
Hi. That's fine. That's
All right, come up and ask.
California. First off, for the Save Malik fight, EMP grenade, gas grenade, double smoke grenades, and then just punch everyone. Actual question. My favorite characters in the series, I'm going to admit it, are the Illuminati. Are we going to get more of like them as characters rather than as like this mysterious string pulling force?
It's kind of weird having to answer a question about the Illuminati.
I think that's your answer right there.
I would love to answer you. By answering you, I'm spoiling anything, but let's put it this way, is that there are still people out there that think that they can steer humanity in a direction or another. and it seems like they're top shape because they're not ready to rest. So
that's a great answer. Yes. Did you mean like the Illuminati, like the people of the Illuminati, like in a broader sense, or the actual Illuminati characters from the series, like from the first?
I've always wondered what was going on with Morgan Everett.
Yeah, that's what I figured. If that's what you were asking, yeah.
It doesn't change.
It doesn't change the answer. Yeah.
Thanks.
This is Adrian from California, and he has way better hair than Tim Geddes. His words, not mine. Sorry, Tim.
That's Tim Geddes.
I think it's equal.
Yeah, he wins.
How's it going, guys? Game looks great. With verticality as one of your new pillars, how has that affected your design for the boss encounters?
Interesting question. We're not thinking necessarily in terms of boss and regular gameplay. We're going into a systemic approach. So therefore, when we try to explore certain things like level design more vertical and the way we build our augmentations, that's how we're thinking about it. And when it comes to the bosses, we're just reapplying the same kind of principles to it. So in the end, it doesn't necessarily change the way we look at it, because like this time around, there's no exception with boss fights. So everything is going to be built on the same principles. So therefore, it's just about making sure that the encounters are interesting.
Awesome. Thank you.
Why not? Applaud after everyone.
Can we run away from a boss this time around? Literally, like not even like.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can run away, you can come back, you can say hello, you can go again, I missed you. There's plenty of things you can do.
This is Carter from Seattle.
I didn't know he was going to have to readjust the mic for me to use it. I feel bad.
You should, Carl.
Gotcha. So you mentioned it earlier with the ending of Human Revolution being kind of Mass Effect 3-esque of the red, green, and blue ending.
Yeah, let's not say things we can't take back.
I'm sorry. I'm out of here. I'm sorry. I love the game. It's really good. But so I was making choices the entire game. I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna happen. Is Mankind Divided going to be a game where I'm making choices that are going to culminate into an ending that are, it's going to be influenced by what I've been doing?
I'll be very honest with you. With Human Revolution, the way we did that and with the endings and the choices is that the simple, ugly truth that we ran out of time to do exactly what we wanted. And the other ugly truth is that back in the days, we were like so much like, it was a lot of stress, a lot of work. And we were like, let's make sure we make a good game. And we were not necessarily thinking about the future, really. We were just like, let's see what happens with this one, and we'll think about the future afterwards.
We had no more money left anyway. We couldn't think about the future.
Exactly. So that's why there are things were the way they were. For this game, definitely, it's not going to be a 4-button kind of a magical trick that give you ending 1, 2, 3, 4. What you do in the game is going to have actually a real impact on what possibilities you have in the end and things like that. So I'm keeping it really broad, but it's definitely a different game than Human Revolution on that end.
I'm really sorry. That question sounded a lot less mean in my head. My bad.
I'm out of here.
Next up, we have Kyle from Ontario.
Nice. Sorry, I live in Toronto. I don't know. That just came out.
Do you want to exchange numbers?
Yeah. You can call
So, I've been a huge fan of the first Deus Ex and, subsequently the second one, really. Well,
third one. Yeah.
Second one, most people pretend doesn't exist. So with that, that looming end, because everything has to lead to Rome. Have you guys had any real challenge or with having how you lay out the story, knowing that you have, I don't want to say a set path, but this path of what will eventually happen, or have you had these moments where you're where you're making your game, setting your story, and going, oh yeah, we can definitely incorporate these footsteps because anyone that's played the first one, there's like 10,000 pages of story and backstory and dialogue and all that. So if you had any limitations or challenges or even getting to enjoy yourself, going, yeah, we can definitely put these steps in that lead to this that people that played the hell out of the first one will definitely see, get, enjoy.
Well, actually, there's a lot of answers in your own question. What I mean by that is that definitely when we look at the timeline, there are things that we look at and see how it could eventually get there if we were ever to get there. Yeah. And we keep that in mind when we design, but at the same time, we don't design by these things. We design the games we want to make and we think that will be relevant and everything, but we try to keep that sensitivity that eventually if we were to go there, it would make sense.
Awesome, thanks.
Cool.
This is Mike from Arizona.
Mike, is your thing flashing or am I having a stroke?
It's flashing. Yes, it's flashing. Everything's okay. So I just had I actually had two questions. So the first one is the progression of Deus Ex to go back to nano augmentation, i.e. less microtech, which is physically visible, and more to the under the skin invisible?
So, but what's the question? Sorry.
Well, I'm talking. Is the progression? Are you guys trying to lead back to DC and stuff like that?
It's a bit like what Jeff just said. It would pretty much be the same answer, but visually speaking, we do think about these things. If we were to get to 2052, right? If we ever were to, what we're dealing with, if our sequels and whatever, if we do them. But right now it's about making these, feel right and look good and happen within their own context. So anyway, we're still within the age of the mechanical stuff. But as you can see, there's a bit of a downgrade happening, if you want, right? Not a downgrade, but there's that 180 that I was talking about that people are not as happy as they were in HR and stuff like that. Also. What's pretty interesting is in the first Deus Ex, they look at like Gunther and Anna and all those people as kind of like relics, if you want, right? Yeah. So sometimes we do have little things that kind of cater to that, like already, if you want. So I think it would just be a matter. There's plenty of time, right, between 2029 and 2052 to get there and to arrange everything properly, and we would make it happen, of course.
The last part of my question is directed to Elias. When facial capture, do you find yourself having to be more expressive, both facial expressions and voice, or
no, less?
Less.
Not even less. I mean, we're just what I would do on film or television. It's games now. There's such detail that to overact would be a disservice to the character. That's actually a lot of young actors come up to me and ask me about performance capture, and they always think that when they're auditioning for it, they should be big and bigger because it's a game. We should really. And I always say, just do it like you would on film or TV, because they'll capture it.
So less theater based and more.
Much less theater based, much more intimate.
All right. Yeah. Thank you very much.
All right. Cool.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.
Hey, Greg, this is Holly. Holly, this is Greg.
Hey, Holly, how you doing? Hi, good. You got a good question?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes. If you guys were mermen, what color tail would you have?
It's easily the best question. I would have an augmented purple tail. Blue.
Transparent, yeah.
Like you can see the skeleton inside?
Everything.
I think he actually has that tattooed somewhere.
Yeah.
Black and gold.
Black and gold is good because it's the colors of the zoo, of course. That might be a most moves in the back and some moves in the
And have you guys ever thought about making Adam Jensen into a merman?
I think that if we were to ever make a sequel, I think clearly we should throw him in the water and he should have a merman augmentation. A mermogmentation. Mermog? I think so.
I'm sure there's a fan art of that somewhere.
So you guys just had a scoop for the next game.
Yeah, I just scooped the next game.
Greg, I've never seen this before, but this guy's name is actually Tim. Tim? Yeah, I've never met another Tim. It's crazy.
Yeah.
He's from St. Louis. Tim. All right, Tim.
Sorry. Now I feel terrible. Okay, so first of all, did any of you actually watch the SGDQ run of Deus Ex HR?
The what?
The Summer Games Done Quick speedrun.
Oh.
There was.
I did actually saw it. That was on Twitch, right? Yeah, I saw some of it. Yeah.
Fantastic German runner, hilarious guy, taking extra seconds to get all the good memes in.
Yeah.
Super great. Yeah. And speaking of which, I wanted to ask about, so the thing that blew my mind the most about HR was just the environmental design is enormous, and there's papers blowing through the streets, and the fire extinguishers that are basically useless except to use to clip through walls and skip half of the level.
Just like in real life.
Yeah. That's how I got in, actually. Cut the line. Sorry. But anyway, so I assume there's that level of environmental design. Do you still have beer and stuff for consumption in-game?
Oh, that's a good question, actually, don't I?
I don't deal with that. Yes. I made the beer look good.
Drunk Jensen.
Follow up. Because now you're equal opportunity with shooting women, do we not have the decorative gritty prostitution scenes?
The what?
Oh, the gritty brothel from HR.
There's we've put some interesting design work into augmented prostitutes in ND. It's true. This is a scoop. Both
male and female.
We've never actually mentioned this since the marketing campaign started. So, and I'm not kidding. Extensive visual research and design into augmented prostitutes, females and males.
Okay.
True story. True story.
As long as there's diversity in fan service, all is well.
Sorry?
As long as there is diversity, fan service is alive and well.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Thanks, guys.